Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Welcome if you're new here, and if you're a return subscriber, thank you so much for your views and your support. It really means a lot and helps me keep the channel going. So this reading is regarding an article I read recently about dimming the sun in the UK. Some of you might have seen articles about that. So they're saying that British scientists are going to experiment with techniques to dim the sun. £50 million has been put into this scheme by the UK government, apparently to combat global warming. So apparently they're going to launch clouds of reflected particles into the atmosphere or seawater sprays to make clouds brighter. Less sunlight will reach the Earth's surface and temporarily cool the surface of the Earth. Now, when I read that, I immediately thought, well, they've already been doing this for years. You know, some of you might have thought that as well, in terms of the chemtrails and stuff they're putting out there. You see it in the sky, and then suddenly the next day we've got this blanket of white sky, which is just abnormal, you know, and we know where that comes from. Another thing I was thinking was, have any of you noticed that, it might depend on where you are in the world, but in the UK, the past 2 weeks, we've had really bright sun, blue skies. It's been brighter and warmer here for this time of year, I feel. And I'm just wondering if that's been on purpose, almost like they've turned up the switch, put the heat up for a bit, you know. Because it's almost like they're showing us with all of this now, I feel, what has been going on. My opinion on this, take what you will from this obviously, is that that's the reason for this, as I said. Things that we're seeing now in the press, things that are happening, are all staged, and they're to help people start to awaken more. So some of us are aware of what's been going on, some people are not. So it's not until you put it in their face, put an article out there telling people what's going to happen, that some people start to say, hang on a minute, what's that all about? You know, what are they spraying into our air? And do we all consent to this? You know, as people who live here in the UK, have we been asked? No, there's been no informed consent, as has been the case with some other things that I won't mention in this reading. So it said in the article that I read that it could cause catastrophic disruption to weather and shift rain from areas that have food production. Now, when I read that part, in my mind I just heard agenda. What about all of you? What did you feel when I said that? You know, are they trying to disrupt our food production? Well, I feel they've been doing that in many other ways, in terms of farmers as well, what's been going on there. I did a reading on UK farmers. It's on my channel. And I do believe there's another energy behind the scenes operating through the government that's making this happen. I'm not going to name the person or the energies, let's say, but it's kind of like that emperor behind the scenes that comes through in my readings. Now remember, there are many of them. So although some have gone, this one could still be around, let's say. So we're going to look with the cards now, and just actually let's have a look at the energy behind this. That's my first question, because we know the government has put money into it, but where did they get that money from? I believe it's like an investor. Okay, interesting the way the cards fall. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm not surprised by the cards I'm seeing. First of all, the Tower shows something that's not built on solid ground. As you can see here, there are people falling out of the building. So there's been a disruption within the UK government for this to happen. Some people might have been removed. Just going to put that out there. And this is very interesting because these are two opposing energies that have come through. The dark forces here, here's that energy that I said about the negative energy, and here's like an earth angel trying to create balance in the world and with the weather. It's interesting the way in this card the water's there up in the sky. So it's a spiritual battle that's still going on with the weather. I have mentioned this, that you might still see these things happening. I have seen chemtrails recently again, those planes, you know. Yeah, and as I felt, this is an independent energy, and it flew out at the side there. So this is someone who's come in and invested behind the scenes. See the land there? They want our land. That's the agenda, as I felt. And we've got the Death card for transformation. Now, I read cards intuitively, so not just the meaning. Notice here we've got two individuals on the ground, the skeleton, so there's been a shift behind the scenes in terms of making this happen, unfortunately. So i.e. some energies maybe were removed. Getting two energies in particular. So that's really interesting. Now another thing that's coming through intuitively is obviously they're going to be putting stuff out there into the atmosphere, which they've been doing already, I feel. And we don't know what's in that stuff. I do believe it's been causing harm. You might have seen my weather manipulation readings, if not check them out, where I've said that. That's what I'm seeing here. So is this their agenda? The Death card doesn't necessarily mean death, but, you know, do they want people to be poorly, for example? So that's what's going on behind the scenes, it would seem. We've also got 3 major arcana, so this is quite a big, and a major arcana there. This is quite a big thing that's happened without our knowledge. Let's just clarify this energy here behind the scenes. So it's a battle between light and dark. Light workers are stepping up now in various roles and being guided to do so. So, yeah, like these are the two energies. This one's very open, and this one has secrets and is a heavy energy. That's that one there. That's what I feel. This is all going on behind closed doors. I feel. Someone outside of the government, I keep hearing. yeah, someone who's coming, as we can see here, on their horse, an outsider. It says impediment, so you know they're trying to cause a block in terms of our weather, our production. But see, here's that earth angel coming through again, who's also working behind the scenes. It says victory on this card. There is conflict happening regarding this, though, I feel. Yeah, it says gamblers, wow. It's a risk in terms of doing this. We've got 3 energies, so that could be that one behind the scenes that we don't see. They're trying to create, block keeps coming through in the evolution of our country. Blocking the sun, you know, is obviously not good for people's health as well. Why would you want to do that? I mean, a bit crazy, isn't it? But we're doing a pyramid, as you can see. I've been doing this quite a lot recently, which tells you, yeah, that one wanted to flip over. It tells you who's behind it. At the top of that pyramid, we've got an enemy. As I was feeling, that dark energy came up before. That's making this happen with certain energies. It's being done in secret. Secret dealings, which I'm getting with that one. You might just hear my cat Millie meowing. Come on. Right, here she is. Yep, she wants to say hello to you. You might hear her purring. She's been doing this recently. She comes in for a little bit. She's very vocal, as a lot of you will know. Okay, she might want to give us a sign. Is there something you want to show us, Millie? Wasn't that interesting how she's blocking the cards? Like we're talking about blocking the sun. Wow. Okay, that's interesting that she just did that. Okay, so yeah, we got a few signs here. We've got this symbol of the hand in the jacket. So indicating secret society, someone who's involved. People don't even know about this. And there's a battle happening because of that energy. Okay, so that is what's happening right now, it would seem. Let's ask what may happen, because I believe they're going to do this in the next few weeks or so. So what may happen? When they do this. What do you all feel about it? Let us know in the comments if you wish. interesting the way the cards fall in my readings. They give us a sign. So we got the Six of Pentacles, which is about balance, reciprocation. He's like a merchant there in this card. He's out in a field. So some sort of deal, but notice how the scales are tipped. The heart up there, the money down there. So it could be a bit of greed involved. I'm getting something around land. But that's crossed by the King of Swords, which can represent a lawyer. So the challenge is, you know, it's something legal here in terms of this deal. They may be stopped. Someone quite wealthy, they own this big mansion. This is that person behind the scenes, I feel. Now with tarot, energy can shift, but we're just seeing what may happen. And notice all the money. So we keep getting some sort of deal coming through. This person who is behind this has invested a lot of money into the government, who then funded this behind the scenes. However, this energy in this card has chained ankles. Not sure if you can see that. So with the lawyer, I feel that that person's locked up. It's also interesting in terms of the imagery. This is like it's like a dragon mask, but I'm sort of getting shapeshifter, you know, so that energy that came out is negative, wanted to try and control our land. But someone's been spying on that energy and what's been happening. There's going to be, I feel there's going to be a painful ending for that energy. With the Three of Swords, see the owl is bringing us to truth, which is also the Page of Swords. And the Chariot shows us victory, a happy outcome. So I feel this is to expose, as I said at the beginning, see, I don't need cards, but it gives us a visual, doesn't it? This is to expose that energy. So it will eventually come out in the news, which we've got here. Swords pointing up, so it's positive news for us. And it'll expose why that happened and the fact that it's been happening for a long time and who was making all of that happen. So people will be able to sort of piece it all together. Because if you just put news out there, this is what's just coming through to me channeled, to everyone, without giving them a bit of a backstory, an idea, you can really shock people. Because some people don't even have a clue that this sort of thing's been happening. So that's confirming what I felt. I'm going to pull an oracle card as well, just with a message for the collective about this. What else may we know, or what do we need as guidance potentially? Okay, so those two really want to come out there. So we'll take those. Wow, everyone. Okay, you can't make this up, can you? Notice the signs, it says. We've got the sky. We've got symbols. The clouds. It says investigate symbols, nature, spirits. Yeah, so you see nature is going to help us with this and give us signs. If it feels off, trust how you feel. But you can't, you know, like falsify nature, so to speak. That's what I want to say in terms of doing this. My gut feeling is like, there's something wrong about it. So just watch what happens. It's the sign we're getting. And we got be thankful. Gratitude, appreciation, harmony. So make sure you keep your vibration high with that one. Be grateful for what you have, your health. You could do a gratitude journal to keep. Okay, the reason this has come through, Spirit's just telling me, is it's come through a few times in readings. Some people, when you say keep your vibration high, I think they don't quite know how to do that. No judgment, you know, but there's lots of ways. One very good one is gratitude. So you could have a gratitude journal where you actually write what you're thankful for. Sorry everyone, I can't speak today. You know, you say it even, you write it, say it, whatever you want to do. You could pray to your ancestors, create a sacred space, make sure you have a harmonious atmosphere. We got the word harmony, so, you know, with that image there, I just feel that's what we're going to have. Let's see, anything else? That was already really powerful for that to come out. Yeah, look up at the sky. We might even see things in the sky like lights, which we've obviously, you know, been seeing. So help from above, I'm getting, like galactic beings, for example. Okay, and they just fell out there, so we'll take those. Wow. Everyone, I say wow when it blows my mind, as a lot of you will know. Nature spirits, and that came out there. Wow, elves, fairies, rock formations, yeah, so things happening behind the scenes here in terms of spirit helping us, nature spirits. Helping us to see things as well, because I'm not sure if you can see, but they're like part of nature. They're green, but you might start to see them if you go out into nature. And we've also got get into nature. This isn't a nature deck, by the way. This is the ancestor spirit deck. So they've all come out for a reason. It says coexistence, gather, limit, waste. Yeah, so we can all do our part in this by limiting waste. I do see a lot of waste when I'm out and about. I like going out for walks sometimes and just seeing it. It's amazing how much you see that could be recycled, you know, given to people in the community. I just feel we're really getting the message here to notice signs in nature, changes that happen in our earth. With this one I'm also getting art, so be creative is guidance coming through. And the bottom of the deck, just thought I'd show you, we've also got enjoy music. So being creative, keeping your vibration high can also be through playing an instrument, being creative, doing art, going for walks. This is the guidance coming through. Below that, wow, we've got enjoy new beginnings. This is what's on the way. Now we've got a winter scene, so it may take a while for this change to happen. It says celebrate, socialise, change. Yeah, and here's the bringer of change, a knight in shining armour on a horse, who I'm seeing a spirit, you know, help from above, as I said, bringing us this change in our world. Really feel that, the shift happening, but obviously it doesn't happen overnight. So depending on where you are in the world, this could be, well, I suppose 6 to 8 months maybe. Can't give timing in tarot, but you know, sometimes we get signs through images. I'll also show you that one, awaken your inner shaman, connect, invoke, heal. So healing for some people is needed. I'm also getting psychic gifts, intuition, which has been dormant for many people, special spiritual gifts that may come out. For some of you it could be, you know, music, playing an instrument as well. We're getting ancestors coming through as well with that one, and shaman. So these could be your ancestors who guide you to certain places. You might see things. I'm feeling things are going to be uncovered in terms of our past. Things that we find in nature. It's all guided by the divine, by the way. So I'm going to leave that there, everyone. Millie's now jumped off, but she clearly wanted to say hello to you on this reading and send you her love, as am I. Keep your vibration high, as I said earlier, through doing these things. Stay positive and just notice the changes that happen. So thank you so much for being here, for watching. I'd just like to say thank you to those who've sent donations via Super Thanks, Coffees and PayPal. If any of you would like to send a donation to help me keep things going, then the links are in the description box. Thank you so much for watching. Sending peace, love and light to you all.